morning. It is September 27th. Yeah, September 27th. We're 4 days away from New York's opening deer season. I'm here at the farm or hunting grounds, whatever the cool thing is to call where you hunt. I'm here, standing in my mini, just starting out apple orchard. Right behind me, you can see the food plot that we worked on this summer. As everybody is winding down from the summer and transitioning to fall, where all the planning and work hopefully pays off, here I am making a end of preparation season video. I don't know if you can see off to the side here. I got my gun. It's early bear season in New York. They just opened up, I think for the past 2 or 3 years, they opened up an early bear season. It lasts, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't really been spending time on them, but I shot a bear here 2011 that was close to 300 pounds that would have made a meal out of me and my dog. So even during the summer I walk around with a gun. Anyway, that's that. So I'm going to go over some of the things I learned that on my own, pretty much. And we'll go through, I'll show you the food plot, I'll show a little bit more of the apple trees that I have. And maybe we'll take a walk through the woods and show how dry it's been. This summer, if you're a teenager and you love going in pools, this was the summer for you. Beautiful weather, minimum rain, hot days, dry. Unfortunately, for a food plot, the weather is nice, but you need a little bit of rain. And when you don't have the rain, everything seems to dry up and brown over. So that's what I have. I got a lot of browning in the food plot, but some of the brassicas, most of them are still good. Probably about half of them. A lot of them turn brown and kind of wilted, but a lot of them are still good in the wetter areas of the land. The oats are looking really good in the pure attraction mix, and the peas or the beans, whatever's in there, I don't see not even one. So I don't know if the mix is you know, a minimal amount of bean seeds, but the predominant crop in pure attraction for me this season, again, I'm not a professional, this is my first food plot, was the brassicas, the tubers that come in the mix, and the oats. So I'm going to take for a little walk over there, and we'll take a look at everything. First I'll show you the little apple trees that we got going. So here's a little, my battery's going to die, I'm going to make this quick, shorter than I thought. Here's a little apple orchard that we got going. It's 20 trees. Most of them are about this size. This one just doesn't have any apples, but a lot of them do. It's like these, so in a couple of years this should be really, really nice. So it's important to keep them trimmed, and you know, you can't really water them, but just stay on top and make sure that they don't get any diseases. Make sure that the base of the tree is protected, like we do on most of them here. See a little wire mesh is in there. Take a walk over to the food plot. Okay, so here's the food plot. Doesn't look very pretty, but there's still a ton of tonnage, if you will, no pun intended. Doing great. I mean, seems like it's already getting nipped off. The oats are just everywhere. I mean, these are beautiful. They're looking really, really good. Plenty of them. And the brassicas are doing really good too. So all this, like, it looks like weed. That's all oats. And unfortunately, a lot of the brassica leaves wilted, but they're still hardy. They're not, you know, they don't feel like paper. I mean, these are tremendous. And some of the turnips are huge. Like, you know, take a look at that one. Right? Look at these turnips. I mean, For the first time doing a food plot, I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, I can't take any credit, I just did what they told me to do. Here's a little more. I mean, some of the bigger, I mean, deer have been coming in here. I see trails, but like, look at this. I mean, big turnips. And you got a lot of small ones, you know, but a lot of them are really nice size. I mean, this is the big one I found yesterday. Look at this guy. Size of my dog's head. But unfortunately, a lot of the leaves got, you know, dried up. So what I learned is that, look at this. What I learned is I planted in July, and that was at the beginning of the recommended dates that Whitetail Institute gave me. Next year, I think I'm going to plant the same mix, because this mix really did well for me. Next year, I think I'm going to plant the middle of August. The middle to late August, because after 45 days growth, this plot was beautiful. It was green, it was lush. The oats weren't there yet, but the brassicas were tremendous. I think that's what I'm going to do next year. But I mean, it looks, I think it looks worse than what it is, but I mean, for every bit of brown, there's nice green, you know, green leaves for them to eat. I mean, some of these things are, I mean, look over here. Some of these things are 22, 23 inches tall. And look at the turnips. I mean, look at this. They're everywhere. Look at these. Look at this turnip here. Look at that turnip. I mean, they're growing on top of each other. I wonder if rabbits are eating that. The bottom of it. So, and I don't think it helped that I dumped another bag of tall tine tubers into this plot. I think you might have heard it, because that's what's mostly the brown, you know. So, but this is it. This is it. I saw a couple of deer trails in there, so I know the deer are eating it. There's my dad's stand. That's my gun stand. And my bow stand is right in there, about 25 yards from the edge coming up. So looks good. I'm happy with it. I can't wait for those cold days to come and watch these deer eat these turnips, hopefully. Beautiful day. Got the boss with me today. I'm getting ready to go to Maine next week. I'm going to do some snowshoe hare hunting. Be there for 5 days. Should be a good year. Should be a good year. See if I can video some of my whitetail hunting this year too. Last year I got lazy. See, a lot of it got like this for some reason. I put the nitrogen. So I don't know what it could have been. But like I said, it's been so dry here. It's been crazy dry. The creeks that I usually have 8, 9, 10 inches of water and running are dry. Dried up. Yeah, see? They've been getting eaten already. But this looks like a clean... That almost looks like a rabbit. I don't know. Maybe someone could help me out. So they're eating it. I think it's just a matter of time before it gets cold. You know, frosts over and you get that nice, the bitterness taste goes away. and it becomes a little more attractive to wildlife. But I mean, the nutrients are in there now. It's a little bit weedy too, you know. These are things that I didn't know were going to happen, but you can't spray a perennial. So this is what happens. But I really want to rip one of these up. Look at this thing. That's great. That's awesome. It's awesome. Nice root system. Yeah. So that's my end of the year recap on the food plot and what's going on with me. And I'm gonna go for a little walk in the woods. And that'll be that.